Greetings. I'm sorry. I went live earlier and I was on mute the whole entire time. And also, when I was streaming live, I forgot to hit go live on StreamYard. So we are a little bit running late today, but we are about to do the AM Inspiration Show. The topic today is how to identify frenemies. And that's what we're about to get into right now. So let me do this drop and let me get this run prepared, and then we're going to get right into it. Welcome, David. How you doing? Just chill and listen to this, and I'm going to do this drop, and then we're going to get started. Hi, how y'all doing? What's up, Facebook? How y'all doing? I know I'm running a little late today. I did go live. Earlier and I was on mute and I didn't hit go live. So we are about to get into the topic today, which is how to identify frenemies. So what's up, peace, y'all, the Facebook family that's out there listening in. Thank you for showing up. And I'm about to hit that live button on StreamYard so we can hit go live on StreamYard. Give me about 120 and we're going to go live. We're already streaming live from Clubhouse. So what's up, everybody? Make sure you're sharing the room. Make sure you're pinging some people in. And we're about to get y'all this morning soaking, which is how to identify frenemies. Period. You know? Yeah, so all right. Okay, so welcome. Hi, Ms. Aubrey. Hello, how you doing? Like I said, I recorded earlier and it was on mute, so we are about to I'm doing this drop right now. I'm coming. So this is the live StreamYard link to join me on StreamYard if you want to join me on camera or anything of that nature. So we are not doing advertising myself in other people's room. I don't care how small the room is. That's just rude. So with that being said, welcome to the AM Inspiration Show. So wake that ass up. I am your host, Coach Empress, Coach Rena Nicole, arenanicole.com, Divine Intervention Show and Podcast, The Love Experiences, and TheCurve.net. With that being said, keep in mind we are streaming live from YouTube, Clubhouse. If you're on Clubhouse, hit that greenhouse at the top called Sustainable Relationships and make sure you're following the club. Raise your hand if you want to come to the stage, share that room, and ping some friends in. If you are on Spoon, the other drop-in audio app, make sure you hit that phone icon and come up to the stage and share your experiences with frenemies. With that being said, anyone on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Spotify, you're seeing a link that says StreamYard. Hit that StreamYard link and I can see exactly what you're talking about. Now, let's hop right into this topic. So, now, when you think of frenemies, it's like, literally, what is a frenemy? So a frenemy is someone who's not your friend, but they're literally your enemy. Okay, there's someone who is they're just there because they really want to feel like they have control when they don't have control. So they don't see themselves as in control of their own existence and their own successes. They take little actions towards bettering themselves. So the first thing to spot a frenemy is they show signs of jealousy for your achievements, okay? Their personal successes don't come from their own advancement. They come from comparative advancement that takes place when other people around them fail, okay? They don't come from their own achievement. They come from comparing themselves to others. And when they feel like someone else is failing in life, it makes them feel better. It makes them feel like they're doing better, okay? So if you happen to fall into the category of someone who's failing, it provides them with a relative advancement within their own circle of reference, right? So it makes them feel good by comparison, yet it also gives them something to what? To gossip about. Period. Okay? Their strategy is literally to feel good when they see you fail. That's literally their strategy. That's the only thing that they come in to do, and to make other people feel like you failed. You know, they want others to see you the same way that they see you. You know, and this is how they do it. Let's go over the tips of how they make you feel like you're failing when absolutely you're probably not. So they do this thing called devaluing, right? So and in a lot of the extreme cases of frenemies or out of control frenemies that don't have any self-control at all, they can't control their mouths, right? So say for instance, if you were someone was like, oh, you did a great job, and they're like, oh, it was okay, you know, they have that undermining tone of you could have did this, you know, or you lucky that someone else that did it, you know, this person was there because they do it better or they've been doing it longer, you know, they have those type of comments to you. And when you finally have major goals or succeeded in life, they or you've been like working so hard and they seen it because they're your quote unquote air quotations friend, they say things like, oh, I see that you did that, but why did it take you so long? When my cousin did it or when my other person did it, it didn't take them that long as you it took you. No matter what you do, they're gonna devalue it. They have to devalue it. Dum dum dum. Right. So the compliments that they give you is straight fugazi, period. Okay. They will not compliment you when you win, or they will do it with that balled up face. They will have like that balled up face, or they will just have like that fake ass smile. Okay. So, like, say for instance, if you are like a performer and they're in the audience, they will be like, can y'all hear my clapping? You can't hear it, right? But your other friends that support you is gonna be like this. That's not how they're gonna clap for you. Their clap is gonna be so low that it's barely gonna be audible because they don't want to add a single decibel to the sound of your success. Okay, they're not here to celebrate you. Frenemies are not here to celebrate you. Point blank. Period. Now, listen. Another thing that these people do after they devalue you, they avoid complimenting you on your achievements. They blame you for their own personal failures. Do y'all hear me? Dun, dun, dun. I don't think y'all hear me. So when these people blame you for their failures or say that they achieve less because of your actions, you know, because they say these things, okay? The things that they say is like literally like, if you didn't do that, then I would have succeeded. Or if you didn't say this to this person, or if you didn't, you know, if you would have showed up for me, then maybe I would have been able to get to the interview. If you would have loaned me the $20, then maybe I would have had the job. Or if you would have supported me, then maybe I would be successful. That's the thing type of things they say. They blame you for their failures, you know, when in actuality they wasn't doing the work necessary to succeed in the way that they should have had succeeded. You know, they look for everyone to blame. They like accountability, okay? So um the thing that get me with frenemies is the undermined tones, the underhanded ways that they hurt you, right? So they have to keep that image that they're your friend, okay? Because deep down inside, they want to hurt you. They want to see you. They want to see you fail. They hope you fail. They wake up and hope you fail. That's a hope of theirs. Like they really wish upon a star. Oh my God, I need a minute. Moment's over. Right. So they literally hope you fail because frenemies they heavily engage in passive aggression. Right. So in order to devalue you, in order to not compliment you, they have to find underhanded ways to hurt you. So, say for instance, if you were doing something really great or anything like that, and they would say things like, you know what, when I did it, you know, I did it like this, or the way you're doing it is wrong. You know, you should try doing it this way. And the way they're telling you to do it is literally going to make you fail. Is not a successful way. It's not an easy way. It's not a way where it's going to actually traject you into something great and it's not going to give you any more possibilities. It's going to keep you in that state where they believe in their mind because they told themselves that you can do better, just not better than them. And every time they tell themselves that you're doing better than them, they have to find a way to devalue you and bring you underneath them. You know, so they have a lot of underhanded or whatever you say something, they say the opposite of it. Like, oh, the sky is blue. No, the sky looked purple today. You know, it could be something simple or it could be something big. You know, they just always have to undermine you or they always have to be in control of the situation because they can't control their own existence. Point blank, period. Dum, dum, dum. Now, if your friends seem to often end up praising your opponents, this is something that you can definitely identify when they praise other people instead of you. We're going to dive deeper into that, but I just want you to identify it with this one that when they're praising other people other than you, is a sign that they're not your friend at all. And we're going to dive a little bit deeper into that, but first we're going to talk about how they deliver hurtful remarks and masquerade it as humor. You know, they might say that you like, oh, you look, you know, how do I look? You look ugly as shit, bro. Instead of saying you look beautiful. No, I'm just playing. I'm playing. You look all right. You look all right. You look lit. You lit. But their first comment was how they really felt about you. Period. Oh my God, you feel like you put too much makeup on, or you might look, oh my God, this is too much makeup, or my hair look crazy. They will let you go out looking crazy. And when your other friends are around, they're like, oh my God, why are you wearing it? Boo, let's go to the bathroom. Let me fix your eyebrows. Let me fix your clothes up. What the hell? But that friend sat there and you can see like their eyes glistening with like sparkles and like a smirk on their face, like, oh, I did that to her. I helped make her look like a damn fool, or him look like a damn fool, and that's crazy because they actually feed off of that energy, because the hurtful humor is the main ways frenemies let out their spitefulness. Okay, so they have this desire to make hurtful remarks, and then they hide it behind the line of "I'm just joking." They use it as a shield, you know, and it's just unfortunate. Okay, and along with the whole masquerading as humor, it is definitely considered to me as an underhanded compliment. So they like underhanded compliment is saying, "Oh, you did a great job. When you pulled yourself together, you're not that bad." That's so horrible. And a lot when you if someone does that to you, they're not your friend. If they're telling you you did a great job, they say, "Oh, thank God you finally made it," because with that PTSD of yours, I wasn't sure. That's undermined. That's underhanded. They don't respect you. They're not proud of you. They wish that you were still having episodes or whatever you were going through before that had you down in the dumps. They wish you were still there. So they want to make sure they remind you in your times of joy that you fucking fell somewhere. They want to remind you of that. Okay? It's time to wake that ass up. This is the AM Inspiration Show with Empress, Coach Rena Nicole, ArenaNicole.com, Divine Intervention Show, and podcast. And we are streaming live, y'all. We are streaming live from YouTube, Facebook, Clubhouse, Spooncast, which is another drop-in audio app, Spotify, and Anchor. With that being said, don't forget about Twitter. We are talking about frenemies today. Frenemies, okay? Frenemies. People that want to be your friend, but they're definitely your enemy. Okay? So when people are giving you them underhanded comments, they literally want to steal your joy, And this is the thing that I say, all the time. Never allow people to steal your joy, because once they siphon that little bit of joy, they keep coming back for more. That's what frenemies do. They keep coming back for more. They're like, oh, this is an easy mark. This is an easy mark. This is why I can take all my misery out on. This is the person I can take all my frustration out on, because they're easy mark for me to do that on. It's easy for me to project things into them. It's easy for me to mess with their thoughts. It's easy for me to make them feel bad about themselves, because they trust me. They're vulnerable with me. They allow me in. So it's like I'm able to come in and put my disease into them, my infectious jealousy, my envy. I'm able to pour it into this person. So if you're not noticing these comments, these underhanded tones, how they're not showing up for you, and you're not paying attention to that, you are literally putting yourself in an environment which is dangerous. Okay? Because they can get really extreme frenemies. And we're going to continue on and talk more about the criticism that's masqueraded as quote unquote feedback. Hello? So frenemies will look at opportunities to sink you. The example that I'm giving right now is a boat. You're sitting in a boat and you're rowing the boat. Yet you notice there's water coming in the boat. You're not looking behind you because you're trying to get the water out of the boat. So as more as you pour the water out of the boat, your friends in the boat with you, and they're drilling holes in it. That literally goes into say that they make it sound like a duly correction or even advice, but it like the meanness and the intent. They make an intent to destroy you at the same time, even if it kills themselves. They're making this intent to hurt you. And that's the crazy part. That's the crazy part. Even if it hurts them the most, they're still doing it as long as it hurts you. You know? That's the crazy part, okay? So of course, what comes to the territory after that? Once they drilling holes in your boat to make it sink, what comes to the territory? They talk behind your back. Period. Enemies are very open about your shortcomings. Do they talk about themselves? Never. Never. They never talk about themselves. You know, they just, they talk about you and they just won't say it to you. They like Cardi B, what she say? She say, running their mouth. The same hoes to be running their mouth is the same hoes to be ass kissing. And I don't like to use the whole word, but that's literally what she said. The same ones that be running their mouth talking shit is the same ones that be ass kissing. And that's literally a frenemy. Period. The whole song, like they do anything for clout. They do anything for clout. Hey, Matt, trash. Oscar the Grouch. Hey, that's a whole vibe right now because it's literally a whole Frenemy song because they literally talk behind your back to all sorts of people, whoever will listen to them. If they had a megaphone, they probably would do that and just stand on the corner and talk about you because that's how hateful they are inside. That's how much they're suffering inside with envy and jealousy, which is unfortunate for them. But um, they definitely try to do that around anyone who will listen, so they can bring down your social standing. Okay, you have to remember that. Okay, um, so another one, which is I don't know why women still stick to these women once they do it. Which like it's not just about women today because I don't know if men do it because I'm not a man, but in my experience, women do it more. And the thing that I'm talking about right now is when they hurt you by reporting what the other person said. Dun, dun, dun. If they have the energy to tell you what someone else said about you have to question yourself. Why are they sitting around you allowing others to speak poorly on you? That's not a friend. That's not someone who cares for you. That's not someone who respects you. That's not someone who loves you. If you have to speak poorly on someone else, they're not your friend. If they come to you and tell you this person said this about you and they didn't end it with I told them, hey, we're not going to do this because they're not here to defend themselves, or I'm not going to let y'all just sit here and say that about my friend, then they're not your friend. Because they can sit there and tell you someone literally just said something about you and they be laughing and kikiing about it, then they were saying the shit about you too. Point blank, period. That's going on Clubhouse. Let me come back here and see what's going on. And he still is using my chat for promotion. That's crazy. Um, But oh, hey, Miss Terica, hey, how y'all doing? Y'all definitely can raise your hand and share stories about frenemies. We are streaming live, so keep that in mind. Keep your comments to 1 to 2 minutes. But we are streaming live, so definitely, yeah. If you want to share your stories about frenemies, definitely about anything I just went over, because I'm not done yet. You can definitely share right now. And remember, keep it 1 to 2 minutes. Welcome, Miss Aubrey. Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing?
Good morning. So this topic is totally touching, and when you find out that a friend is actually a frenemy, you gotta get out your feelings, right? You're a good friend to them, but every time you have a success or something positive happens in your life, they're not happy for you. That is the first tell sign of a frenemy. I remember my law school graduation, I had 10 tickets, and that's all I had. And a couple people didn't show. They didn't show. They didn't give an excuse for not showing. And at first that really hurt, but then I realized it was a frenemy. That's one example. When people see you happy in a relationship or whatnot, they may try to downplay your relationship because they're single, and those single women who try to get you to leave your men, they're also frenemies. And so this title speaks to me. One thing I had to learn was get out my feelings and realize that not everyone has the same heart as you, and you're gonna run into frenemies all the time. And it's best once you realize that to stop giving and distance yourself from those people.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, Miss Aubrey, because what you said was on point and is just in alignment, because the next thing I'm about to say was in alignment with what you said. I said, damn it, she got to it before me. But I'm still gonna say it anyway for podcast purposes. I'm still gonna go over it. So I'm just happy that Miss Aubrey even brought up what she said, where her point was made about, when you give and they don't give back, or when you give and they just start acting real funny. So the next one is definitely they don't like your status updates. They're not happy for you, and just using Facebook as an example, say for instance, if you are achieving something like she just said, law school, and you're very proud of yourself, they don't show up for you when you actually achieve what you wanted to achieve. They're not showing up, or they'll inbox you and say congratulations, because they can't show up for you in public because the shit they said about you in private. Period. Point blank. Period. They cannot show up for you in public because the shit they said about you in private. Period. They don't want nobody else to be like, hey, wasn't you just talking shit about her? Why you on her post saying congratulations on your law degree? Because people just say stuff nowadays because the audacity is the audacity for me. But people really, they only can congratulate you in private. They don't even like, or they'll be on your post and like congratulations. They won't even like it. They won't even share it. They won't say, yo, all your other friends like, shout out to my sister. Post a baby picture of you, high school picture of you, college picture of you. Shout out to my sister. She made it, yo. And that one friend be in your inbox like, congratulations. I'm so happy that you achieved your goals. So flat and so damn dry. So what you think about that, Miss R? Because you literally opened up the damn can of worms for what we was about to go into. So thank you.
That's exactly what happened. And I never thought about that part. I just knew they were, frenemies, secret haters. But yeah, no, they couldn't be in that stand cheering for me. I was walking across the stage because of what they were saying about me behind my back. And they did not give me public congratulations. It was a text, and I had posts from here to there, that I was resharing about, my graduation. So you're right. You're absolutely right. You totally just made it make sense for me.
Mm-hmm. My honeys, Clubhouse, we are in alignment. We are in sync. We are in harmony. I love it here. So many frenemies are so paralyzed by the envy of your achievements that they can't bring themselves to like your status updates. So keep that in mind. It's not anything that that you feel like, oh, because they're going to twist it on you. They're going to gaslight you, say you're hating on them because you're not returning the energy anymore. Because for the most part, when you have frenemies, you're giving too much love away. You're giving them too much love and too much attention and affection. Whenever they succeed, you're posting their stuff. You're buying from their businesses. You're just always, being there for them. You're always showing up for them. But they are so paralyzed by envy that they cannot bring themselves to publicly show affection for you or support for you. Period.
Girl, and you just woke that up for me too, because one of the tickets that I gave away was to a friend. When she opened her beauty shop, I was there. I have a background in visual merchandising from when I worked at Forever 21 as a teenager, and I set up all her clothes in her shop and made sure everything was aligned. I was there for her, girl, there for her, and for her to just text me congratulations and not take that one ticket. And so you just woke that up for me too. And it's like, next time she asks me to help her at the shop and things of that sort, and you don't want to react, you don't want to be negative, why aren't you there for me, this and that. You just what you know. It's you only work out those type of issues in positive reciprocal relationships. Like, hey, I feel this, I feel like you weren't there for me in that relationship. If it's positive or reciprocal, they'll say, I'm sorry, I was going through a lot or whatnot. But in your gut, if you know that they're just a secret hater and you've given and you haven't received, then it's time to exit.
Right. And thank you so much for that. I hit the horn too soon. I apologize for that. If it scared you, because I know sometimes I do that because it's kind of loud. Didn't mean to scare you. I heard you gasp for breath like, huh? I'm sorry about that. I hit it too soon. I was trying to wait till you was done. I hit it too soon. So let me go over why they may do these things, okay? So the biggest giveaway is they don't like your updates, but they go in your inbox in private, or they text you like you said. But this is the key to not even get back at them, but to meet them at the low level that they're at. You respond vaguely. Guess what I do? I wait till 3 weeks later, and guess what I do? I make them repeat my achievement. And they always fall for it. So I'm like, I don't recall what you're talking about. Because like, oh, can I get more information on something? Like maybe it's a product I had and I posted about like my self-care box. People just want to inbox me about it instead of like sharing my post or commenting on the post to give me more attraction to the post or something. So I'll wait weeks, even if that means I'm missing a sale. And I'm like, oh, can you remind me what you're talking about? That post. I'm like, what post? Even though I know exactly what they're talking about because I see the time that they inbox me, and I made them repeat what they're jealous over because it's just asinine that you're jealous of a fucking product. It's just crazy, and you give them back that energy of flatness and vagueness, and they don't know how to take you anymore. They feel like, oh damn, I'm not able to siphon her energy no more. I'm not able to come in here and frustrate her anymore. She's not asking me why I'm not being more supportive. She's not coming at me. She's not, you're not giving them the tool or the fuel to run their mouth, or to try to demean you in any way. And this is how you literally you kill that monster. Because that's what it is a monster. Or they make negative comments like if you say like, oh, I hit 10K today, or I bought some women even like they bought their first like expensive bag or their first house or something, like, you know what, I'm glad you bought that house, but you paid too much for it. You know what I'm saying? Or I hope you don't go into debt. You say, oh, I just got my first home, I hope you don't lose it. I hope you pay house insurance. Them undermined tones, some negative comments that they may leave to you when you're celebrating yourself. So I don't know if anyone ever experienced that. Like I said, if you're in any of the stages or any of these rooms, raise your hand, come to the stage, unmute your mic. This is a live podcast. Keep that in mind. So just keep it 1 to 2 minutes, and the stage is open for any comments that you want to make on the things we just talked about.
And you want to know what's so funny, Empress? So this is how I got my lick back, right? So that same person was actually also in law school. They had just started, though. And, I had helped them with outlines. This person even used one of my writing samples for their jobs and things of that sort. So when they didn't show up to my law school graduation, I took it for what it was. So when they finished law school and they ended up opening their firm, right? And they sent me this first of all, they followed me from their firm Instagram page. I just looked at it. And then they sent me a text message. I don't know if you know, but I opened up my own firm. And I just dryly said, congratulations, because, it's like it's not like I'm holding on to anything. It's just I decided that I wasn't going to celebrate people who didn't celebrate me.
Period. Period. And that's how you literally respond to that low vibrational energy. Like, you don't have to be on a level. You don't ever have to be low vibrational. But you definitely can get your little licks, what you call it, a lick. You can get your licks back. Don't know what it means, but it sounds pretty cool. So yeah, that's how you can get your licks back. So a lot of the thing that I don't like about them is that this is how you know that someone is not a friend of me, right? Say, for instance, like Miss Aubrey was just speaking on, she didn't speak on her great friends, but we already know she has great friends and a great support system in her life, because she said the people that supported her, they came out. So she made that no. Okay. So those people were interested in her, and they're happy that she was making it. And they had a lot of questions about, her future and stuff like that. And they shared their own experiences with her, I'm sure, because I'm going to ask her when we get done. But a friend of me are going to ask you a lot of questions. But guess what they ask you the questions for? To download information about you to use against you. So be mindful, because their intention is not good, especially if you know that they're not supportive. Why are you sharing so much with them? Stop oversharing with people that don't give a fuck about you. Okay. So that's important, because frenemies will never tell you to get off your feet and get to working, because that will make them feel like you're going to be more successful than them. And they don't want that. That's not their intention. So instead, they provide bland feedback and useless support, or even harmful advice. So we're about to wrap this up. But so what you think about that? Excuse me.
Girl, I just started eating an apple, but excuse me. But girl, yes, you're right. And it's kind of those frenemies, they're really, I think they're narcissists. So, and what narcissists do is they just gather their brain works like this computer to gather information about you. At first, you may think they're really interested in you, but they're only interested in poking holes in your successes, in your elevation, so they can always feel superior to you. And so that's what I think about not sharing your information with everyone, not sharing your success with everyone. So private life is a happy life, in my opinion. You have your close friends, you have your circle, you have the people who have supported you. And until you know for sure that those are those people, boundaries. That's all I can preach.
Thank you so much, Miss Aubrey. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, so it's definitely, they sabotage you with passive aggression. Like, I don't know how Miss Aubrey just came into, like, we're extremely in sync right now with the topic tonight. This morning, excuse me. So they really they often end up hurting or sabotaging you, or otherwise decreasing how well you're doing something, like she said, by poking you. Like Mr. Ion, he always say, you poking the bear, like, you poking me to the point where I'm gonna start fighting back soon. Because stop poking me, leave me alone. But they drilling them holes in your boat, because they want to see you drown, even if it kills them right along with you. They don't care. They willing to go down with the ship. Titanic shit. It's real narcissistic, like she said. It's real some narc stuff, narc level stuff. I just need a second. Oh. Oh, so the deliberate mistakes they make to damage you. So this one belongs to the worst category of frenemies, okay? So absolutely, positively, you have to remove them from your life. If you don't, this is an example of what it looks like. So for instance, like, oh, hey, I'm so sorry, honey. I forgot to tell you this. It's an all white party, and they won't let you in. You'll show up, and it's like you wearing black, and they never told you it was an all white party. But they knew they was having an all white party. They knew that it was a dress code, and they let you come wearing whatever you wanted to wear, just so they can reject you and humiliate you. I'm trying to tell you, these people are out here. They won't give you the information necessary to succeed. And when you show up, they want to see you humiliated. They want to see you fail. They want to embarrass you. They want to hurt you. And that's dangerous.
Similar story. I don't mean to interrupt, but similar story. I had a relative's girlfriend invite me out with her friends, and she told me we were going to a wine tasting. So, I put on some gacho pants, and it was in the summer, and I had on like this black tank with it, and I had on some heels. So I get there, and all of her friends are in little bitty shorts and tanks and whatnot. Girl, this wine tasting is outside in Texas in the summer. So now I am uncomfortably hot. And, I had to even leave early. I couldn't even drink my free wine coupons because, and I was like, did y'all know this was about going to be outside? And they said, yeah. And I'm just like, okay, well, maybe I should have done more research. But usually when you're dealing with friends, they tell you what kind of event, they tell you what they're wearing, dress code, and things of that sort. And if you say wine tasting,
you think classy and dressed up. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So I'm out here. I remember I just kept buying water bottle after water bottle. I heard someone pass by me and say, that's the first water bottle I've seen. Yeah, because I just got set up for failure.
Mm-hmm. They wanted to humiliate you. They wanted you to see you. What they thought was going to happen was you were going to drink. You was going to get sick, like you were not smart enough to drink water. But they wanted to see you overheat and get sick. People are evil. Because that's what happens in the heat when you drink too much. I mean, you got to put two and two together. If you're overdressed and you're in the heat in Texas, that kind of heat, then you're going to get sick. But luckily you have a brain. I don't know why they thought you didn't, but that's how people are that's a frenemy. They don't think that far. They just think of the hurting part, of how to sabotage you part. Yeah, they don't think that far, like, oh, this person's going to drink water so they don't get sick and, pass out. They don't think that far. But they just wanted to humiliate you.
Yeah, exactly. And you would think, they were dating my cousin, and you would think, and I had met them a couple times before, you would think they would want to be, nice to family. But, these, and, that's why I kind of look at family members' relationships a little differently, because they're not healthy. They want to compete and be the woman of that man's life. They don't want some women, not all women. When I date a guy, I want his brothers and his cousins and mother to be my second brother, cousins, mother, sisters, whatever. But not everyone thinks that way. And that was definitely her motive. I did tell my cousin, and my cousin did talk to her because he kind of he felt what I was coming from, and she did call and say, oh, I apologize, for just because I tried to have fun and stay for 2 hours, but by 2 hours I just had to leave by myself because, like, literally I was hot. Anyway, so yeah, you're right, and I don't want to carry that story on into the past.
Right. So thank you for sharing that story, because it just went in alignment with the mistakes that they make, the deliberate mistake, quote unquote mistakes they make to damage you. Now we are running out of time soon, so I'm gonna have to hurry this up a little bit. So the next one is the false mistakes they make to hurt you. Where they try to say something mean about somebody else, and you're like, hey, that's my friend, and then they shut up and look stupid. So that's another way that they come in and they say things. Another way is they deliver nice words with incongruent body language. So they can say things that's nicely, but their body language is on defense, like they don't like you at all. Or like they would slap the shit out of you if they just got the opportunity. Okay? People don't ever want to talk about that. Dun, dun, dun. Their body language always betrays their emotions, period. Point blank, period. Okay? And it screams from the core that they do not like you. A lot of people say, should you fight frenemies? The answer is absolutely not. Me and Miss Aubrey literally just went over there. We both literally, she just came in the room. She didn't know this was a topic because there's no topic on Clubhouse right now. It's not even up there. So she didn't even know, but she just came in alignment, and she literally just said, I didn't fight them. I got my lick back though. I fed that fire with a little bit of gasoline, tiny bit, and they felt that vagueness. They felt that flatness when I said congratulations and left it at that, because the way that you didn't show up for me, you got it back tenfold. And that's how the universe works. You get your karma, you get your just due. So be careful if you out here being frenemies for no reason, because most of the time you hating on people that love you. You hating on people that's rooting for you. You hating on people that want to see you win. And because you can't see the winner in yourself, you want everybody else to feel shitty around you. That's for the people that act like frenemies out there. You want everyone to feel shitty around you because you can't see the winner within yourself. Period. Okay.
When yes, and when I just want to give just a little affirmation to this. If you women have intuition for a reason, right? And so if you ever feel in your gut that someone really doesn't want to see you succeed and doesn't want to see you do well, by whatever means it may be, they may you may have work tomorrow and they want to go out and you say, okay, well, I gotta leave by 10:30. So I get some good sleep, and they don't want to leave, and they want to do shot after shot. It's just like it's little things, but once you start seeing a pattern of people and start feeling your gut like they really don't want you to succeed, just distance, boundaries. I just cannot preach that enough, because you don't need that negativity, because even if they're not saying it, they're thinking it, and even your thoughts are vibration. Their vibrations out into the universe about you. So just distance yourself from those sort of people. Trust your instincts and live your life to the fullest.
I had nothing to follow that up with because she definitely went in on the fighting frenemies. Life is not meant about. It's not meant for fighting. Choose to be around people that love you. It's so many people that's waiting to love you. It's so many people that's waiting to support you. It's so many people that's waiting to be your friend. And I always make that clear because this is the inspiration show to wake that ass up spiritually, consciously, mentally, emotionally, financially, and soulfully as well. So, how to fight a frenemy is literally like play the same game back at them. You literally just like words, not physically fighting anyone. So if they're just, they're treating you like crap and they're not showing up for you, just don't show up for them. It's clearly everything Miss Aubrey just said. With that being said, I'm just gonna wrap it up real quick. You don't have to rub their successes in the faces of frenemies, but that's the way to fight back. You don't have to do that. I feel like that gives them more anger and makes them target you for violence, possibly, especially amongst women. So even men. So I just say you don't have to rub it in their face. Just leave them alone. Cut them off. Remove yourself. Don't allow them access to you anymore. If they watching you from afar and they're jealous, that's on them. But keep it away. Even if you got blocked them from your phone, do so. Just keep the safe distance and just don't allow access to yourself anymore, because that's the issue that humans face nowadays is access. We allow too many people access, too many places access, too many apps access, too many fucking things access to us, and it's always pulling from us and siphoning energy. Frenemies going to siphon every ounce of energy that you have, because like I said before in the beginning, they told themselves that you can do better, just never better than them. So they told themselves that you were doing better than them, And if you do better than them, they're going to remind you of all the times you failed. That's not a friend. That's not someone that loves you. That's not someone that cares about you. Right. With that being said, did you say something, Ms. Aubrey?
Yeah, I have to add something. Yes, do not rub it in their faces, because that's not only violence, that's going to send more negative energy your way. So do not rub it in their face, because you do not want that energy. And that's all I have to add about that.
And thank you for saying that, because that makes sense to people that believe in trajectory energy and things of that nature. So thank you so much for adding that in. So this was the AM Inspiration show to wake that ass up. We are live every single day, 365, Monday through Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Had to do a replay today because of technical difficulties, but I will see y'all tomorrow with a new topic, and hopefully y'all slide through, share the room, share the post. Go to our Spotify channel, listen to all the replays. We're on to episode 25 today. So with that being said, I will catch y'all tomorrow, and thank y'all for coming out. Peace, y'all.